Hello and welcome to this video. Now we're going to talk about melee. Now this will be for league starters. Obviously you see here Sunda Trothus, and obviously it's a special gem. Now by the looks of it, they're going to keep the gems in there. I assume they're going to be a transfigured version of it that you can get from lab, but obviously Sunda works just as well. But depending on how it works out, depending on how you can get it and all that, and so swap it in once you figure that part out. Now, I went over Bone Shatter in the top League Starter builds video that I made in the last video, so we won't cover Bone Shatter. Do check out that one. It does have an in-depth Bone Shatter sort of run through of how to make that happen. We'll focus on the next three and the top ones that I suggest you try out. Now we got Cyclone. You can either play Slayer, Champion, or Inquisitor. Inquisitor is more towards the Molnar channeling, but you can go the Slayer for that as well. As you can see down here, cast on crit variant, use ball lightning, arc, or some other lightning based skill spell, and put that in the Molnar, and then your chest plate is your main skill whilst using the trigger of the Molnar. But as you can see, you got the different reasons why you should play each of the ones. For just a straight up Cyclone, you obviously got the Cyclone Brutality, Infused Channeling Support, Fortify, Impale, and Melee Fizz Damage Support. Now you don't have to do Impale if you don't want to. If you go Impale, I'd suggest you do take some Impale nodes, but you can just swap that out for another support if you don't want to go Impale. Then the custom crit variant. So we got obviously custom crit strike support, increased crit strike inspiration, power charge on crit, and the trigger will be in your thing. Other skill gems you can use: Blood Rage, Molten Shell for defensive purposes, cast when damage taken, Leap Slam, or Whirling Blades. Depends on your playstyle and which you prefer. Precision, because obviously you want to hit as much as possible. Determination, because you're probably going to use an armor evasion hybrid, and that will increase your defense. Pride or Hatred, depending on what your fizz to what conversion. So run Pride, and then obviously if you switch over, use Hatred. Defiance Banner, it works better with the champion because they did have 100% duration buff, but it obviously still works, but it only works if you place it. So tanky rares, bosses, that sort of stuff is probably when you're going to drop the Defiance Banner. And you can use Blood and Sand. The weapon and armor and everything you're looking for, I'll let you read it and go through it. Pause it if you need to go through it. So if we go over to Sunda. Okay, Sunda, as I said, the how we get this gem will depend on obviously what changes they make, but they did make damage changes to other skill gems which have this tag. So I assume they're keeping the skill gems in just as an extra transfigured version. Obviously just use Sunda otherwise. So we can use Chieftain, Juggernaut, or Slayer. Jug is obviously pretty much the most tankiest version that you'll go. Chieftain, converting fire and war cries and all that is optimal, but Juggernaut is pretty much just as good if you want a more defensive. And as you can see down here, we have the normal, and then we have fire converted. So Fist of War, Pulverize, Ruthless, Brutality, and melee fizz damage. And if you want to go a Fire Chieftain, then we obviously elemental damage with attacks, Combustion, Fist of War, Pulverize, and melee fizz. Seismic Cry, Enduring Cry. You can put this on the auto exert if you want, but it reduces something. It's not a bad thing just to push these manually. Molten Shell, same deal. For defense, Leap Slam is probably what you're going to use, so you can jump in and slam the Sunder down, or jump around and everything. Frostblink you could add in as well, just for a more boss fight scenario. Determination for our aura. Pride, Anger if you're going the fire version. Defiance Banner and Blood of the Sand as well. And I'll let you read the weapon and gear. And then the last one we have is Shield Crush. Now this Champion, Gladiator, or Jug. Obviously, again, Jug is for defensive purposes, and the others have their own reasons, as you can see. Shield Crush, we want to link with Brutality, Melee Fizz, Fortify, Pulverize, or faster attacks. Obviously, if you go Champion and you take the Fortify Ascendancy, you can drop this and add another one, or just add in the close combat support here, because you will be on 20 fortification all the time. So if you go that, you can drop Fortify. Tempest Shield for block or more defenses. The Molten Shell, Val Molten Shell. Shield Charge or Leap Slam. Obviously, if you're using a two-hander, you want to use Leap Slam, but I recommend you use a shield and a one-hander, but it's up to you, your playstyle. You might prefer to use it. Wait, I got confused what skill I was talking about. We're using a shield because we're using Shield Crush. I thought we were still on Sunder for some reason. I'm a little sick, so that's my excuse. So we're going to use Shield Charge or Leap Slam, or both. You can use Leap Slam to move around in combat, and then Shield Charge to engage the enemies. Enduring Cry, Determination, Defiance Banner, and Pride or Purity Elements. Purity Elements obviously is more early if you want resistance and element immunity, and then you drop that and just keep running Pride. And obviously the shield, weapon, and stuff you can read and go over. Just go back to the skills. The other ones I didn't cover are Earthquake, Static Strike, and Bone Shatter. And these are the stuff you can add to it. Obviously, it depends on your playstyle. We have a nice range of ascendancies that you can play, because obviously, if we go back, we have Duelist and the Templar. We go here, we got Marauder and Duelist, and we got Duelist, Marauder again. So this is League Start. This is the best version of this ever, because generally that takes gear, currency, all that. This is League Start, what is best for you to actually go melee. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, go Bone Shatter. As I said, I did cover that in the previous video. If you know what you're doing, then play Cyclone, Sunder, Shield Crush, Earthquake, or Static Strike. Static Strike is the lowest one, so it's like top to bottom. So do take that in mind. Static Strike, I am not recommending that above these, but if that is your playstyle, you can obviously go for it. So this should be a pretty quick, easy video. Hopefully it gave you some ideas about melee, what sort of things you can go, what style you want to play and all that. But let me know what you think, and hopefully it helps you at least decide roughly what you want to do. I'll catch you in the next video, and goodbye.